It's just loading on YouTube here. All right, cool. All right, so everything's ready to go. Let me share the screen. All right, everybody, y'all could see. Y'all could see the screen.
Yeah.
All praises. All right, so last week we began looking at you know what Negroes need to know about the fall. Uh Meaning the fall of America, man. The fall of the worldwide American empire. Right? And first of all, we looked at two videos showing that the American empire is about to fall. It's on the brink. Look up any geopolitical analyst online, whether they be economists, war analysts. The message is clear. America's empire is at its end, and they're doing an ugly fall. It's not just a trip, and you fall on your knees and you save yourself. It's one of the face plants, man. America's doing a face plant from the top floor, man. And they're not gonna make it, right? So last week we looked at two videos showing that. One showing that they're on the brink of nuclear war. The other one showing that their economy is shot and is about to come crashing down. If you want an easy barometer that you can use to see that the American economy is coming to nothing, all you got to do is look at the price of gold. 2 years ago, 1 ounce of gold was $2,000. Now it's $4,000. In 2 years, the price of gold doubled. Why is that important? Economically, gold never loses value. So if all of a sudden it was worth 2,000 now and now it's worth 4,000 US dollars, that means the value of the US dollar has dropped by half, family, in 2 years. Okay? So this is real. We linked it up with the scriptures, asking, will America fall? And bringing out scriptures to show, hell yeah, America's gonna fall, right? And then, we revealed America's connection to the ancient Babylonians and the ancient Edomites, right? So we'll we'll finish the last sort of clues that show you that the Bible is indeed talking about America when it's talking about the final kingdom that will be on earth and will be destroyed before Yahawah establishes his kingdom, right? We'll look at a couple scriptures, the last couple scriptures that prove that. And then afterwards, we'll look at how America is going to fall. We'll look at the scriptures that bring that out. We'll look at what will happen to Negroes during the fall. And we'll look at how to prepare, right? So, Lord willing, we get through everything today. So, the question we want to ask first is, one second. Sorry. Just getting a message here. Put that on do not disturb. Okay. So the first question we want to ask is, what kingdom today is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks? Okay. What kingdom today is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks? Because we ended with showing that the Most High said the Hamites would sell the Israelites to the Greeks, right? To bring them into slavery pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 in the end of the world, right? And when I say in the end of the world, I just mean in that age, right? Because the Most High said to Ezra, in the time of Ezra, which I believe is about 700 BC, the Most High had told Ezra 10 and a half parts of the world's age are already done in 700 BC. So he told him only 1.5 parts basically is left to go, right? 10 and a half, 1.5, yeah, that's 12. So he told them the age of the world is divided into 12. And in Ezra's time, 700 BC, 10 and a half parts had passed already. So you can start to see the kind of time spans that the Most High is working with, right? In relation to when he's talking about parts, the world being divided into parts. In any case, we ended at seeing that at the end of the world, the Greek would be ruling, the Most High said, right? But we know the Greek is not ruling today, but we know who is ruling today. So we want to ask which kingdom today is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks, so we can find which kingdom he's talking about, or so that we can prove which kingdom he's talking about. Okay? And for that, we can go to Daniel 7. And we can start in 23. Let's get that Sister Akira. So you want to start in 23 and you're going to read to 27. Sister Akira, you there?
Sorry, I'm here.
All right, go ahead. Start in verse 23 and we're going to verse 27. And again, we're asking which kingdom today is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks. Go ahead.
Thus he said, The fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time, and times, and the dividing of time.
Read.
But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and destroy it unto the end.
Right. So the saints will be given into the hand of this fourth kingdom, right? And they'll have them for a time, times, and half a time, which is 350 years when you follow the precepts. And people like to say 400 years of slavery. Well, it was less than that, right? It was a time, times, and half a time, right? Um, what do you call it? Then it says, judgment shall sit after that, right? Well, who's gonna judge? Yahawah. It says he judges and make war. In the book of Revelation, it says he come on his white horse and he judge and he make war, right? And he's gonna consume and destroy the dominion of the fourth kingdom until the end. And last week we looked in Daniel chapter 8, started in verse 18, read all the way down to 25. 25, and it said that it was the kingdom of the Greek, which was this fourth kingdom. Now, in the church, they'll tell you it's Rome, but Rome came from Greece. Okay? So it says, sorry, and last week also we saw that the Greek kingdom would fight against Christ. So now when we go to Daniel 7, it's repeating the same thing, telling you this fourth kingdom. So now it's calling Greece the fourth kingdom. See that? And last week we looked at the fact that this is Greece. Medical terms are in Greek. The culture is Greek. You go to university, bare naked people carved everywhere. This is Greece, man, right? The festivals are Greek. Carnival is Greek. It has nothing to do with black people, right? And so now connecting this back here, it says, A, judgment gonna sit, meaning Christ gonna sit, consume and destroy the Greek kingdom to the end. All right? Read on. Sorry, being called here in Daniel 7, the fourth kingdom. So this is the point. The Greek kingdom has many names. And we looked at that last week. Babylon, Assyria, the great whore, Mystery Babylon, the fourth beast. And when I show you guys the next thing the Most High calls it, that should remove every single doubt from your mind as to who he's talking about. Right? So read.
27.
Yeah.
And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Right. So Yahawah is going to crush this kingdom. And the greatness of that kingdom that tread the whole world down and break it in pieces, gonna be given to the saints of the Most High. So China is not ruling nothing next. Okay? That's not happening. Who's gonna rule next is the Negro that the whole world has as last and under the boot, man. Okay? That's who's ruling next. The righteous Negro that returned to his God has an avenger, an invincible avenger coming to take his world back for him, right? Because as the book of Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, from the 53rd to the 56th verse tells us, the world was made for the sake of the Hebrew man, right? Really for the sake of the righteous. That's why it was made in the first place. A place to rule and multiply life and have dominion forever and evermore, right? For passing this great test, man. The earth is our reward and everything in it. And then Daniel goes ahead and says, hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations, which is his thoughts, troubled him. His face was changed, my countenance changed in me. But he kept the matter to himself. He didn't tell nobody, right? Till he wrote it down, right? So which kingdom today is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks? The fourth beast kingdom. The kingdom that tread the whole world down in pieces and devoured it, man. Right? And let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 12 so we can name with full confidence the name. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 12. And we'll go from 11. Let's get that, please, Ben. Y'all ready for this? Let's go.
The
Ben,
eagle
go ahead,
whom
Ben.
thou sawest
Hello,
come up.
hello, hello. Stop. This is very important information. Okay? I can't be talking at the same time that you're talking and you just skip past the crucial part. So go again, please.
The eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. Mm, But it was not expounded unto him. Therefore now I declare it unto thee.
Pause. Ezra sees a vision of a mighty and great eagle ruling the world, oppressing it with much wicked oppression, and then being destroyed. The brother saw an eagle, the fourth beast on the planet that is going to fight Christ when he returns is the eagle. There is only one nation that has power over the entire world with much wicked oppression that uses the eagle as their insignia, and that is the United Snakes of America. This is how we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all these prophecies about an end time kingdom, no matter what it's called, they all point to America. Furthermore, they all point to the so-called Caucasian, who is really the Greek and the Edomite. It doesn't matter what people say now, you cannot erase this evidence. You have to burn all the Bibles and Apocryphas now. Because it says plain as day, the fourth beast is an eagle. Daniel said, oh, it had claws of iron, and he gave it a certain description. But it was not explained unto Daniel what was going on. Ezra got the explanation. It's a damn eagle. The so-called white man and his nations, led by the chief eagle, America. That's what's going on, right? Now, let's see the fate of the eagle, right? Read.
Behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it.
Right?
In the same shall 12 kings reign one after another, whereof the second shall begin to reign, and shall have more time than any of the 12.
Read.
And this do the 12 wings sign,
Signify.
signify,
Signify. Yeah.
which thou sawest.
Mm-hmm.
As for the voice which thou heardest speak, and that thou sawest not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof, this is the interpretation.
Pause. Before you move on, I want to point out he said the 12 wings you saw, they signify uh what do you call it? 12 kings. Okay? The 12 wings signify 12 kings. Okay? 12 wings of what? A damn eagle, family. Okay? And then he starts talking about the voice that Ezra heard come from the middle of the eagle. Right? And he says, 18.
That after the time of that kingdom there shall be arise great strivings, and it shall stand in peril of failing. Nevertheless, it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning.
Read.
And whereas thou sawest the 8 small under feathers sticking to her wings, this is the interpretation.
Right? So it had 12 wings, 12 kings, and then it had feathers sticking under the wings, under the kings. Go ahead. What is that?
That in him there shall arise 8 kings, whose time shall be small, and their years swift.
Pause. It says in him, that eagle is one. No matter what they call it, the Most High is showing you that eagle is one. It has many different kings. He already mentioned 12 kings being the 12 wings, and then you have 8 kings being 8 feathers. It's still one eagle. It's still Esau. It's still the oppressor. It's still the Caucasian, the so-called Caucasian, because he's not Caucasian. The Caucasians are Japhites, Asians. That's the original inhabitants of that Caucasus region, right? But the Edomite is a thief and a vagabond and goes from place to place stealing people's land. Prove me wrong. For in the history books, there are countless receipts. He's still doing it today. Look how he's trying to steal Venezuela, man. By craft, as the Most High said he's so good at in Daniel 8. By craft, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. The man's blowing up boats in Venezuela, talking about he's looking for a drug cartel, when really he's just trying to put a puppet government in so America can get cheap oil for the war that's coming. Right? Anyway, there shall arise 8 kings. They're gonna be small and the years swift. Give me 21.
And 2 of them shall perish, the middle time approaching.
Mm-hmm.
4 shall be kept until their end begins to approach, but 2 shall be kept unto the end.
Right. Now, don't quote me on this, and I gotta look into this, but when I talk about the middle time approaching, I believe it's actually talking about the Middle Ages, right? Same eagle, starts with kings, kings of Greece, moves on to Rome, then moves on to the Middle Ages, right? And then moves on to these geopolitical entities and corporations and countries in the end, right? And notice he says, 4 shall be kept until the end begin to approach, but 2 eagle kingdoms gonna be kept until the end, right? And as we looked at last week, that's Russia and America. Read. 22.
And whereas thou sawest 3 heads resting, this is the interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
In his last days shall the Most High raise up 3 kingdoms, and renew many things therein, and they shall have the dominion of the earth.
Pause.
And
Pause. So in the last days of the eagle, Yahawah gonna raise up 3 kingdoms. America, Britain or the UK, and Russia, the USSR. They shall have dominion of the earth And watch what they're gonna do. Go ahead. Dominion of the earth. Go ahead.
and and of those that dwell therein,
Mhm.
with much oppression above all those that were before them. Therefore are they called the heads of the eagle.
So these last three kingdoms gonna oppress the world more than everybody else before them. America, Great Britain, and Russia. And they're called the heads of the eagle, right? The Most High saved them till the end, right? Read.
For these are they that shall accomplish his wickedness, and that shall finish his last end.
Right. So these three kingdoms are the ones that's gonna under these are the last three. These are the death of Esau's kingdom, right? Which he got as a blessing from his father after Jacob got eternity. The Most High gave Esau dominion of the world by blood. And today he continues it as the eagle by blood. Okay? So, what kingdom is ruled by the descendants of the Greeks today and gonna come to an end by the hand of Yahawah via Yahweh Shai, and their symbol is the eagle. There is only one answer, and it's obvious, right? Right? It's God damned America. And when I say God damned, I literally mean damned by the Most High. God damned, disgusting hold of every foul spirit, America, man. Now, if you read, man, let's read on. Let's read on, because I want you guys to see basically. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Do I have this here? Read on, because I don't think I have in here sort of like the full account of how it's going down. So let's see the end of the eagle metaphor, so you guys know for a fact which eagle head's gonna be left over, right? So read on.
And whereas thou sawest that the great head appeared no more, it signifieth that one of them shall die upon his bed, and yet with pain.
So that's Great Britain. Great Britain will die upon his bed and yet with pain, right? Why is it saying that? Because Great Britain used to be the power man, the guy, that dude. And now Great Britain is just, he's just in the room. And the mafia, the other two mafia bosses are slapping him around because he has no money no more, right? He ain't got no soldiers. He's a punk now, right? The mafia boss lost all his soldiers, right? He lost his control over his lieutenants, and so now he does what America says. He went from being the boss to being to an employee, because America runs NATO, and America is a child of Britain. But now America tells their father Britain or their mother Britain what to do. So that's what that means when it says one of them gonna die on their bed and yet with pain, right? We've seen the various economic collapses in Britain, and the Queen literally died the other day, and Britain, as we saw even in the brief moment of the documentary, I think that was brought up. It spoke about how Britain used to have the world reserve currency, right? And they lost power. They lost it, you know, because of lack of production, living too much of a pompous life and not producing anything. They lost it. And this is the same path that America is going down right now, right? In any case, so one gonna die upon their bed with pain. That's Great Britain. And then what else is gonna happen after that?
For the two that remain shall be slain with the sword.
So the last two Edomite kingdoms, how they gonna fall?
With the sword.
What does that mean, family? When it says they're gonna fall by the sword, what does that mean?
War.
War. The last two kingdoms of Edom are gonna fall by war. This is how we know the Third World War is coming. Guaranteed. It cannot be stopped. Right? Right? And 28.
For the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself.
You see that? Okay? So this is what's gonna happen to the eagle. One eagle kingdom gonna devour the other eagle kingdom. All right, and we're gonna go through many scriptures where the Most High keep telling you, you're gonna destroy America. Who is he gonna use? Russia. He's using Russia to destroy America. That's why it says here, the sword of one shall devour the other, and um, at last shall he fall through the sword himself. Meaning the final Edomite kingdom is also gonna fall by the sword, which is Russia. They will also fall by the sword. Okay. Um. All right. Okay. I think that's good enough on that because I just wanted to show you guys where that whole thing ends. It goes into more detail, but you can read that on your own time. Right? In the interest of time, we want to move on to how America will fall. Revelation 18. Let's get that, please, Sister Kira. Let's get 1 to 8.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of unclean and hateful bird.
Of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay, so Babylon the Great, America is the hold of every evil spirit. I just posted a piece of information that I got from a guy that works in anti-human trafficking. He's a soldier and a doctor. He had an interview and spoke of the fact that Canadians and Americans are the ones that do the most buying in human trafficking. Yeah. So this place especially where the elites like to pretend like they're holier than thou. These people are the most filthy people on the planet, man. Right? They traffic humans for organs, for assault, SA, okay? Babies, they do it the most. For wicked magical rituals, okay? They do it the most. I got the receipts. Check my Twitter. All right. Read on from verse 3.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication,
Read.
and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right. So you see how America went from being called Babylon the Great to now being likened to a prostitute, man. Right? And the Most High tells you it's her fornications, man, that she spread over the entire world. So this Edomite kingdom has done nothing good for the world. As the book of Maccabees tells you in the first chapter, and I believe the 9th or 10th verse, when the Edomite came into power, the so-called Caucasian, that was a multiplication of evil upon earth. And now in these last days, the Most High is revealing, yeah, it's the same work. A prostitute spreading fornications upon the earth, man. And people get rich off of it. So that's why they keep dealing with her, you know. Read. 4.
And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Pause. This is very important, right? And it connects to a point I'm going to make later. Yahawah says, come out of Babylon, man. And this is spiritual, but it's also physical. And I always tell people, if you can't get out of Babylon completely, at least get out of the Babylonian cities. Because when war is upon Babylon, you do not want to be in the cities. You're black. The frustration is coming off on you. The exploitation will be aimed towards you. You will not be able to escape because you look a certain way, right away they can recognize you. Okay? And they already hate you. They already have the old hatred of Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. So when there's no rule of law, you will be purged. How do we know that? Go look up what happened in Rome when Rome fell. When all these empires fall, the poorest people take the brunt of the punishment. Okay? When Genghis Khan was going around conquering Asia, the peasants were getting slaughtered, man. Okay? So this is not new. This happens in war, much less with the most hated people on the planet. This is why I keep telling Israelites, y'all need to return to the Most High God, because you have no protection if you don't. These are the people they're gonna band together. They might pretend, that you're welcome as part of their group, but trust me, uh, the first person to get sacrificed, eaten, abused is gonna be you. You know, we saw it in slavery. We saw it just the other day with the SNAP benefits, and it's gonna happen again. It's happened many times throughout history. We saw Emperor Nero abusing Israelites, right? Sending us into arenas. I don't remember if it was Nero or someone else, but we were the gladiators in these arenas, man, given wooden swords to fight lions. Your life, they just make sport of it. And that spirit is not gone from the world because the Most High says there's no new thing under the sun. Okay? So get out of Babylon. Get out of Babylon first and foremost spiritually. And after that, get out of Babylon. And you will see that these are not my words, but indeed the words of the Most High. Right? You gotta get out of this place. What's coming next is great evil, and you don't want to be here. Right? Read.
5.
Yeah.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahawah hath remembered her iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
Reward her even as she rewarded you,
Mm-hmm.
and double unto her, double according to her works.
Right?
In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
Right. So give her double repayment for the wickedness that she has done to the children of Israel. All right? Read. Sorry, before you read, I just want to note, remember, these guys burned both our temples. That's part of the reason the most I tell you, you gotta burn this place. I'm not destroying the world with water again, I'm destroying it with fire. And America, I certainly gonna burn her with fire. Because she burned my temple twice. Her bloodline, the Edomites, they burned both my temples. So I'm burning her whole kingdom. All praise to the Most High, right? Read.
How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For
Mhm.
she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Pause. So you see the attitude of America, the attitude of Edom. Number one, the Most High say, they have caused so much torment and sorrow on earth. And then the Most High says, she's saying in her mind, I'm a queen. I ain't no widow. And I'm not gonna see no sorrow. Good times for me forever. That's the attitude of America and these Edomites. They don't think they're gonna get it hard, man. They don't think they're gonna have to pay for all the evil that they've done. They tell you, it was my fathers, my forefathers. Well, the Most High say, prepare a slaughter for his children for the sins of his fathers. I gotta bring that out real quick. This is Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14 and verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the world with damn disgusting boxes to live in, man. Tall boxes, okay? To live in where you don't know your neighbors. Yeah. Yahawah's putting a stop to this whole thing. So he's feeling to you double, right? Yeah, your forefathers did it well. They shouldn't have done it. You continuing it anyway. Read. 8. 8. Can't hear you. Sister Kira. KK. Ruth.
Yes, which one?
Verse 8, please.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahawah who judges her.
Right. So the most I tell you, America, she says she ain't no widow, man. She's a queen. When she's a prostitute, man, a whore, man. And that attitude is reflected in the citizens. Our sisters are out here whoring, man, talking about their queens. Queen of what, man? Queen of twerking? Queen of lust? What queen? Anyway, the most I say, America plagues coming in one day, man. Death. Mourning. The morning you say you're not gonna mourn, it's coming. No food. It's coming to America. Utter roasting with fire is coming to America because Yahawah cannot be stopped. And is he bringing the judgment against her? So how will America fall? By thermonuclear war, man. Fire. The fire of these bombs and missiles. Let's hit Revelation 17. Right? And then we'll read 16. Let me get that, please, Ruth.
Wait, 16?
Yeah.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire. And this is an account of the old allies of America, right? Turning against her, man, and destroying her, man. Right? Ben, let me get from 11 to 18.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into
Sorry. Go ahead.
perdition.
and go off into perdition. That's fine, Sister Kara. You go ahead. So the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seventh and go off into perdition, which is destruction. And that beast, that eighth beast, is America. Okay. And America come out of the seventh, which is Great Britain. Okay. And goeth into destruction. Okay. Read.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
Go ahead. And the beast, of course, being the so-called Caucasian man, right? Which we know from Daniel chapter 7, right? Paired with
These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Go ahead.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is for he is Lord of lords, and Kings of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Pause. Notice it says in 14, these shall make war with the Lamb. That beast, here it is again, is going to make war with the Lamb, Christ. And the Lamb shall overcome them. Right? This is a precept for Daniel 8 23, 24, right? Where it says they will be broken without hand when they fight against Yahawah. There it is, right? And they that are with Yahawah are called, they're chosen, and they're faithful. This is why I always tell you guys, this ain't no joke. You got to do the work. You can't just have a nice idea. Yeah, I want to serve God. If you don't do the work, you're not serving the Most High, and you cannot get the reward. He will call you, he will choose you, but you must be faithful. This is why he tells you he's going to purge out the rebels in the wilderness, and they can't come into the land of Israel. Because you have people that's going to go through all this stuff, but really they're rebellious against God, and he will reject them. Right? Read. The waters which thou sawest, right? They are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. All right, all praises. So the waters on which uh the whores sit, these are people of the world. Okay. So this is a good precept showing you that waters means people. Okay. And let's not be simple. As soon as you read waters, you're like, yeah, that's people. Check the context. Okay, if it looks metaphorical, like a dark sentence, you can be sure that the waters it's talking about is people. Okay, read.
Uh,
16.
He and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
So how's America falling? She will be burnt with fire. This is a second witness. First witness already said she's gonna be burned with fire. Second witness already said again she's gonna be burnt with fire. If you want to get technical and say, well, it's John writing this, it's still one witness. We're going to go to Ezra after. Go ahead.
And for Yahawah hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahawah shall be fulfilled.
You see that? That's why the whole world is ruled by NATO, man, by America, under the auspices of NATO and the G20 and the G7. Okay? You only have a few outliers in the East, but the whole world recognizes that this empire belongs to America. Okay? They gave their power to the damn beast, man. The African nations, they gave their power to the beast. Philippines, give their power to the beast, man. You know, you name them, right? Trinidad, St. Lucia, Barbados, they give their power to the beast. Latvia, they gave their power to the beast. Ukraine, they gave their power to the beast. Japan, they gave their power to the beast, man. Right? Where you at? 18? Are you at
And
18?
and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
There you have it. There is only one city that reign over the kings of the earth, and that is Washington, D.C. Okay? Through NATO. That's who reigns over the kings of the earth. Let's pull it up. This might not pull up the right answer, but let's see. We already know what it is, but hey, I wanna give this a try and see. Seat of the American Empire is debated. Some historical political perspectives point to the U.S. capital, Washington, D.C., okay, as the seat of political and military power. All right, Washington, D.C. Okay, historically, New York was referred to as the seat of an empire by George Washington due to his prominence, and the state's nickname is the Empire State. In a broader sense, the American Empire could be considered to be a network of global influence and power, not a single geographic location. Yeah. It's Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., often considered the political and military center of the United States. The White House in Washington, D.C. is the official residence of the president and is frequently cited as the seat of power. It is no coincidence that the seat of power is the White House, not the black one. And it's no coincidence that the black people built the White House when their black God told them he was going to send them in slavery under the so-called white man. These are not coincidences, family. It's no coincidence that the White House and the mountain of Seir, the caves of Mount Seir, where Edom comes from, have the same design. These are not coincidences, okay? This is evidence that what we are saying is true, okay? So how will America fall? She gonna get burned up with the flames. Read verse 16, okay? Um, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Ruth, Ruth, you there? Ruth,
Yep, I'm here. Where? Which one?
Let's get verse 40 to verse 44 here in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. So how will America fall? Third witness, or if you want to get technical, second witness, she's gonna get burned up with the flames. Go ahead.
Which one?
From verse 40 to verse 44.
Okay. The the great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein shall pour out over
And they shall pour out, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out.
and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star.
A horrible star. Okay, so the great and mighty cloud, some great and mighty cloud is gonna be puffed up full of wrath, and the star. Someone hearing this for the first time, like, what does that mean? That they will explain that they might make the whole earth afraid, right? And the people that live in on earth. And they're gonna pour out on every high and eminent place a horrible star. So clouds are not literally gonna come and pour out stars on every high and eminent place. We already saw that the high and eminent places that will fall are the cities, the places of the towers. The great and mighty clouds are pouring out stars. What does that mean? Well, we'll see. Go ahead.
Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance
Abundance.
abundance of great waters.
Pause. Notice that we just got the precept for the great waters in Revelation, I believe it was 17. And we saw that the great waters are people. So the Most High tell you fire, hail, flying weapons, and many people, that all fields may be full and all rivers with the abundance of people. If you have fire, hail, and flying weapons filling up fields, rivers with people, those are dead people. This is describing war. Are nimbus clouds coming to drop stars to kill people in war? No. Esau teach the people to believe in fantasy and magic. These are metaphors for some sort of aerial something dropping something that looks like a star upon the people of the earth and it killing them with fire, hail, and flying weapons. The drone is a flying weapon. The bullet is a flying weapon. The missile is a flying weapon. This is metaphor for what's happening in the Third World War, right? And if it doesn't come up here, I'm gonna bring you guys to see where it says the nations will be dropping their own star upon each other. And that's how you know it's not actually a star in the natural sense. It's missiles, thermonuclear missiles. Okay. 42.
And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and the grass of the meadows, and their corn.
Right. So no cloud dropping no actual literal cloud dropping a star is doing this. Okay. If stars were to drop from heaven, they wouldn't drop from clouds. They would drop from the heavens or so-called space. They would be meteorites. Okay. They don't need clouds. So what's the cloud doing in there? Right? The Most High told you rain down fire on Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. So there were no clouds involved there, right? So you can see via the precedent of how the scriptures are written, that this is metaphor for something else. Okay. Read. 43.
And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid.
All right, so here comes some clues to show you guys that what I'm saying is true. So all of a sudden we have great, great and mighty clouds with stars going to Babylon to make her afraid. But I thought the Most High said that the enemies of Babylon would her old allies would destroy her with fire. I thought the Most High said that one of the heads of the eagle, a king, would destroy Babylon through war. You see? The church teaches you fantasy and lies, but the Bible is very grounded. It's just speaking in metaphor. All those things I just said add up to this. It's war. This is describing war. The great and mighty clouds in the war would be what? Does anybody know of? Can anybody guess? Can anyone guess what these great and mighty clouds are if this is indeed describing war? These clouds dropping stars would be?
The angels?
Nope. This is describing actual physical war between two human kingdoms. So what are these mighty clouds that are puffed up full of wrath and dropping stars to destroy cities?
Oh, bombs?
The stars are bombs, but what are the clouds dropping the stars?
Oh, the airships?
Yes, so airplanes, okay, various airplanes, be it the B-2 bomber or B-52 bomber, sorry, be it the F-35, I believe, F-35 fighter jets. These are the things dropping stars to destroy cities, okay? The F-35, let me see if I can pull it up, is a nuclear capable fighter jet. It can carry nuclear warheads. F-35 fighter jet. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. There you have it. But bam, these are the clouds dropping stars. Okay. Let's see what it says about it here. They might tell you a thing or two. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, an American family of a single-seat, single-engine supersonic stealth strike fighter, multi-role combat aircraft designed for both air superiority and strike missions. Also has electronic warfare and intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities. Lockheed Martin is the prime F-35 contractor with principal partners North Group, etc., etc. Let me just see if there's any mention of nuclear. Let's see here. F-35 first flew in 2006. Its variant entered U.S. service in July 2015. So on and so forth. The aircraft first saw combat in 2018. F-35 has since been used in combat by U.S. in Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Yemen, by Israel in Gaza, Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen, by the UK in Iraq and Syria. They contribute to the U.S. nuclear forward deployment in European NATO countries. Okay? So they contribute to the US's ability to forward deploy nuclear weapons into the battlefield. Okay. So yeah, so we didn't dream this up. Okay. Let's see here. What do you have here? Let's get 42 again and read on from there.
Fire. No. Wait, which one?
42, please.
And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills,
Right.
trees of the wood, grass of the meadows, and their corn.
and their corn. And many of these things, like the trees are also metaphors for people. The grass is also metaphors for people. And I can give you guys these precepts if you want it, just comment under the video, or the people that are in the class ask, and I'll show you guys after class, okay? Go ahead.
And they should go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid.
Right. So these fighter jets, right? Don't think it's America alone have the fighter jets, just because I only showed you guys the Lockheed Martin uh ones from America, okay? Uh China and Russia also have fighter jets, okay? And if I remember correctly, India as well, okay? So it says these clouds with their stars, they're gonna go steadfastly unto America, man, and make her afraid. So America will get invaded, man. America, oh, let me put it, America is gonna get decimated, destroyed, attacked. Okay? Her defenses will be broken and she will be bombed the hell out of, man. Okay? That's what's coming to America. This is why the Most High tells you guys, get the hell out of Babylon, right? This is why this translates into, and it's in the scriptures too, get out of these damn cities. Okay? Read.
And they shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her.
Right. Oh, that's it. Okay. Right. So the nations are coming to America to besiege America, man. When you besiege a place, it's to mash it up, so you can take it over. So America will be besieged. Okay. And they're coming with the star, the missile. They're coming with all wrath. Okay. So they're probably gonna have troops as well. They're gonna pour out all the wrath upon her. All the forces, man, are gonna be poured out upon America. And he said the dust and smoke shall go up. They won't be able to stop it. So they could build the golden dome all they want. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna help. Okay? And everybody around her gonna bewail her. Okay? And this goes perfectly with Isaiah chapter 14, when Babylon is falling and the nations are asking, art thou become as weak as we? Right? All right. So how is America falling? By thermonuclear destruction. Let me just pull up their own star, because I don't think it was mentioned here. Just to overkill it, because, you guys know me already. Oh, wow. Bear with me a second. It was right there in verse 35. Behold, from verse 34, I'll read. It says, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south. They are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. Not storm clouds, okay? Aerial vehicles, jets, bombers, okay? Choppers, right? Well, the choppers have a different description, but these are jets, okay? Jets and planes. They shall smite upon one another. They shall smite down a great multitude, there we go, of stars upon the earth, even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Okay? Why is this happening? From the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them. And their hosts, meaning their army, shall be in fear and dread, and there shall be strife among their kings. So there's a fighting amongst the rulers of the world, man. And then he tells you they're sending clouds from the north, south, and east, and they're smiting their own stars one upon another. And they're gonna smite a great multitude of stars upon the earth. And here's how you know it's not the stars of heaven, it's their own star, right? And these stars, after they smite upon the earth, are gonna bring blood upon the earth from the sword unto the belly. So they're gonna kill a lot of people, okay? These stars. So these are missiles, family, all right? I pray that's clear. So America gonna burn with fire. What then will happen to the Negro? Well, let's find out. First of all, the righteous will live. They'll make it. Well, the second Esdras will hit up 16 and we'll go 70 to 76. Let's get that from you, please, Ben. 70 to 76.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great
Insurrection, which is an uprising.
insurrection upon those that fear Yahawah.
Right. So the Most High is telling you at a certain time there's going to be a great insurrection upon those that fear him, man. We Israelites, there's going to be a great uprising against us. Okay? At some time during these last days. Okay? This is what we call Jacob's trouble, right? A much debated topic in Israel. Read.
They shall be like madmen, and sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahawah.
Right. So those that come against us, the Most High say they're gonna be like madmen. They're killing everyone. They're robbing everybody. Okay? So you don't want to get caught out there as an Israelite. Okay? The Most High gives you instruction as to what to do for these times. Now, when you make your preparations, do they guarantee that you will not be spoiled or destroyed in these times? Well, certainly not. But you rather go down fighting, not even go down. You rather transition in a fight or transition as a punk, man. Right? Because even if they take your life, Yahweh shall say, in your patience possess ye your souls. And you will be returning to pay them back for whatever they've done to you. Right? So he says they shall be like madmen. They're not going to spare anybody, but they're going to rob and destroy the Israelites, man. Right? And then he has some encouraging words later, which we'll read. Read.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
See that? So this is what's going to happen to the Israelites when the great insurrection come. They're going to take your house, man. Wherever you live in, you won't be able to stay there. Right? They're going to take you out of that place. They're going to destroy and rob your goods. Read. Your possessions. Go ahead.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Right. So the Most High is saying, listen, man, that's when you're going to know who really down for me, when the pressure is on. because they're going to be tried like gold tried in the fire. It's going to be hot. It's going to be real. They're going to have to stand up or they're going to have to lay down. Right? This is not easy street. This is the hard road. The narrow, hard, dangerous road. This is it that leads to the kingdom. This is it. And you're gonna face real challenges. Right? Read.
Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahawah. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Right. So the Most High say this trouble coming upon you, but don't worry, I'll save you. Read.
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahawah is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahawah. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Right. So you see when you can have confidence? The Most High say, don't be afraid, because these are fearful thoughts. Right? Or fearful, these are fear-inducing times, and fearful thoughts may come into your mind. The Most High say, no, don't be afraid. Don't doubt anything neither. Because I say I'm gonna deliver you from these things happening. How? I am your guide. This is what Israel misses. Yahawah said, I am your guide. Yahawah is guiding you as to the right things to do to ensure that you don't get caught in these kind of you don't get caught out there when these things begin to happen. You don't get caught up in this when these things begin to happen. What is the guidance? Keep my commandments and my precepts. Don't let your sins weigh you down. If you keep his commandments and precepts, if you don't let your sins weigh you down, if you follow his guidance, you'll be 100% good. But let me tell you, many Israelites, most Israelites, will not follow the guidance of the Most High. They're just going to sit and wait on a prayer. And many more will not keep his commandments or precepts, and they're certainly going to perish. We're talking about Israelites that walking in the truth with the Most High. What will happen to Negroes? The righteous will live, right? Let's go to Romans 9:27. Sis Kira, let me get that.
Sorry, what verse?
Verse 27.
Okay. Okay, verse 27. Esaias also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved.
What's going to happen?
A remnant shall be saved.
A remnant. A little bit. A quasi people, right? The leftovers. The number of the children of Israel is large, but a remnant is who going to be saved, okay? So the righteous will live, the remnant will live. The sellouts will die. Let's go to Amos 9. And we saw that already from the last scripture that we read in 2nd Ezra 16, right? Let's go to Amos 9. Let's get 9 to 11, please, Sister Kira.
For, lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
Mm-hmm.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Pause. So if you are the grain, you're not falling upon the earth, man. The faithful who are doing the right thing will see it through these times. The pretenders, a lot of them gonna die, man. A lot of them gonna die. Not all, because he's bringing the pretenders gonna dead, and then the rebels gonna dead in the wilderness. So the Most High is sifting. If you know anything about sifting, there's different size holes for the sifter. Some things get sifted several times. That's the nation of Israel. One sifting for the pretenders, another sifting for the rebels, and then not a least grain gonna fall upon the earth. Every righteous person will be saved. Okay? Go ahead. Here's the point. Remember I said the sellout's gonna die. Go ahead.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Pause. All the Christians, the Rastas, the agnostics, the Muslims, the atheists, they're all gonna die. Thus saith Yahawah. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Okay? The Israelites, they're not gonna make it. Okay? Which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. See, one of the biggest problems in this nation is the hatred for correction. People refuse to hear the truth because they just have what they have and that's it. Hear the words that people speak if they're coming with the words of the Most High. And you with a discerning spirit will be able to judge right from wrong. But if you're not even willing to hear, somebody say, oh, you're doing this wrong, you know, brother. Oh, you're doing this wrong, you know, sister. Let me show you the scriptures. Even if you think you know the scriptures that prove that what you're doing is right, have a look. What's the worst that could happen? You learn something. Have a look. You look, you'll be able to tell very quickly if this is going the right way or if this is just a bag of foolishness that you heard 1,000 times. But use your ear to hear, as the scriptures say. Right? So the most I say the sellouts gonna dead, man. The rappers, the celebrities, every last one of them will be destroyed. You know? Read on.
In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old,
Read.
that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith
Right.
Yahawah that doeth this.
saith Yahawah that doeth this, right? So at the end of the day, hey, the sinner's gonna dead, right? The righteous will possess the remnant of the Edomite, which is the so-called Caucasian. We're taking them into slavery, just like it says in I believe it's Isaiah chapter 14. Yeah, verse 1. Verse 1 on down. 1 to 2, if I remember correctly, specifically. Right? So we're gonna possess the remnant of Edom as slaves, and the remnant of all the heathen as servants and handmaids. The heathen called by his name. Those are the ones, the faithful heathen that we looked at uh in our last study series called Galatians 3:8, decolonized, right? So we're gonna possess the Edomites as slaves and the faithful heathen as servants and handmaids. Okay. And that's not arguable. That's just what's gonna happen. Revelation 13, 9 and 10 tells you that's our whole faith, what we're waiting for, right? So the sellouts will perish, the righteous will live, the lukewarm will perish. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 and we'll read 69. Let's get that, please. Ruth. Let's get that, please, Ruth. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 69. Actually go from verse 68.
Did you call me?
Yeah.
No, I like 5 seconds. You have to call me. Oh wait, which one?
68.
For behold, a burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols.
Mm-hmm.
And they that constant unto them shall be had in a derision and in a reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be every place, and be in every place, and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahawah.
Right. Okay. So check this out. It says there's going to be the burning wrath of a great multitude, which we read in another chapter, right? A great multitude is going to have a burning wrath kindled after us, right? It could have been the same chapter. Wait, let's see. Same chapter later on. Right? So he said they'll have a great wrath kindled against us. This is the same thing as when he said they're going to come after those that fear Yahawah. Okay? And he said they're going to take certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. What's that saying? First of all, the wrath is kindled against those that follow Yahawah. So these are Israelites walking in the truth. And then the Most High says, certain of you are idle, man. You're just there in the truth. He said, they're going to take some of you because you're idle, and then feed you with things offered unto idols. Now, is that actual food? Perhaps, but this also has a double meaning. teachings as well, right? You're idle. You're not deepening your resolve with Yahawah. So they will take you and convert you, man, and start teach you a bag of foolishness. And Yahawah says, remember, those times will be hard times. So maybe they'll tell you, hey, accept Jesus Christ and you could get some food. And you might start accepting Jesus Christ, man. Or some other just a false doctrine. They might tell you, hey, renounce Yahawah, man, which they did to our people in the past for benefits. And the Most High is saying, if you do that, they're gonna destroy you. They'll kill you. You will be trodden underfoot, man. They're gonna have you in derision and reproach. You're not gonna be rewarded. They'll be like, look at you. You're disgusting. You said you're an Israelite, you went through all of this, and look, a little hunger. A little hunger, and you give up already. And he slap you in your face, spit on you. This is the kind of treatment you're gonna face. You know? Selling out the Most High to get it easy. It's not gonna benefit you, right? So those that are lukewarm and don't stand, they're certainly gonna perish. Let's get a precept for that. Matthew 25. Ben, let's get 24 to 30, please.
Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Messiah, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine.
Lo, well, okay, yep, 25. Lo, there thou that ha lo, there thou hast thine that is thine. So he's saying to Yahushua, I know you're a hard man, so I went and I hide your talent. And we spoke about this before in an old study. The 1 talent is just righteousness. Keeping yourself righteousness, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You might not be mighty and be able to go out there and convert all these people and do all this stuff. But if you're at least able to hold on to and grow your righteousness, you will make it. This man said he went and buried a righteousness, man. And look, here's your righteousness back. Boom. Right? I didn't do nothing with it. I didn't even grow in the spirit. Right? I started with the knowledge of 3 precepts, and you came back, and I have 3 precepts. Yeah. Right? We're good, right? Well, no, we're not good. You didn't do anything with the spirit that I gave you. The Holy Spirit, you didn't grow it. Not even to cultivate it to make your light shine brighter, man. Right? And then what Yahweh shall I say to him? Verse 26.
His Messiah answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with a surety.
Usury. Usury is interest. Okay? So Yahawah says, yo, you're wicked and lazy, man. The Israelite that will not even personally grow, Yahawah called them wicked and lazy, man. He said, yo, at the very least, you could give the talent to the exchangers. Go hard, man, in the paint, so that I would get mine with a little interest. You could at least be on fire in the congregation. So I would say, yo, when this brother came in, this brother knew 3 precepts, now he knows 30. And he gave it his all. What a wonderful servant. You know, this sister, she encouraged so many people. She wasn't mighty in the scriptures, but boy, did she encourage the hell out of people, man. Well done, good and faithful servant. But if you sit and do nothing with the truth that the Most High gave you, the Most High say you're wicked and lazy. And then watch the judgment. If you're wicked and lazy in the truth. 28.
Take thereof the talent from him, and
Take
give it.
therefore,
Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that hath that which he hath.
which links up perfectly with everything that we've been reading, where the Most High tell you, if you're not doing the work, man, it's not going to be a positive situation, right? People gonna take you and spin you in circles and then, yo, spit on you and have you in derision and reproach after that, right? Nation's gonna take you and destroy you, man. Right? According to Isaiah, what was it, 11? 65, 11, and 12, and 12, you know? And Yahushua echoes it and says, if you have, meaning if you're holding on to the law, statutes, and commandments, even on a basic level, you're gonna get a forward. But if you're not doing that, if you're just pretending, you're gonna take that away from you, man. And whatever he had for you, he gonna give it to the person that was putting in the most work. And then what's gonna happen to the servant? Because remember, he tell you the Israelites are his servants. And then Israelites going around today saying, I'm the servant of the Most High, while they're keeping only half the man's law, statutes, and commandments. They're picking and choosing what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe when the truth is plain in the scriptures. And many, well, and there are, and if you search for the truth, you will find it. I'll put it that way. And there are definitely people that are accessible to you teaching truth, but yet you're drawn to lies for vanity's sake. All right. Well, here's what's gonna happen if this is what's going on. Verse 30.
And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnash and gnashing of teeth.
Right. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. Okay. And then keep reading.
When the Son of Man shall come in.
Sorry, 1 second. Go ahead.
When the Son of
Actually, wait,
Man.
wait, wait, wait. Pause. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, okay? And then I just want to jump down here. Read on to 33.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Right. Now, remember, he's judging between cattle and cattle, so he's gonna judge all the tribes. Okay, read. Read.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
Uh-huh. So he gonna set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. Okay. And then do 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 do. Read on.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Right. So we're just reading a little bit down to see when he says there's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth, what does that really mean? So the ones that make it, he say, hey, come, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Okay? Because he was hungry, you gave him food, he was thirsty, you gave him drink, he was a stranger, you took him in, and so on and so forth. Um, and read 41.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
You hear that? So there's weeping and gnashing of teeth because he's sending those into everlasting fire. Okay, prepared for the devil and his angels. Is it actual fire? Contrary to Christians and some Israelites, no, it's not actual fire. Jump down to I'll just read on till you get to 46.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in, naked, and ye clothed me not, sick
Mhm.
and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Messiah, when saw we thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee?
Right. So when did we see you in all these situations and we didn't help you, Yahweh Shai? Go ahead.
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Right. So because you move with your brothers and sisters like that, you were doing it to me the whole time. You didn't feed your brothers and sisters. You didn't give them nothing to drink. Okay. You didn't welcome them in. You didn't give them no clothes. You didn't take care of them when they were sick. You didn't go visit them when they were in prison. You did nothing for the children of Israel, right? And so you didn't do anything for me. You didn't put the money to the money exchangers to at least get a little interest on it. The light I gave you, you didn't let it shine so that at least you could build up the nation, even though you're not mighty, quote unquote, in other works, in let's say evangelism, even though you're not mighty in evangelism. You didn't do nothing, right? And what are you gonna say to these?
And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
So the everlasting fire is what? The fire we read about in 41, prepared for the devil and his angels, is what?
Everlasting punishment.
Everlasting punishment. Okay, it's not actual fire, it's punishment. All right. And there's another precept that says that the punishment people will face are like unto a flame. And I'm sure we looked at it last week or the week before. Okay. So we'll wrap up there. When we come back next week, Lord willing, we'll look at the scriptures on how to prepare for these times. And then after that, we'll spend quite a bit of time as a congregation learning preparation for this time of war, because war is upon us. It's wartime. And so it's time to train and be ready for war. Okay. So with that, all praises to the Most High, via Yahawah Shai the Prince. For those joining us online who are watching or who will watch, if you want to learn the truth about how to serve Yahawah, keep in touch, right? By subscribing to the page, following, however you see this, okay? Stay in touch. For the Israelites, you need to, the so-called Negroes who are the real Israelites, you need to return to the laws, statutes, and commandments of your God, or you certainly are going to perish in this time and suffer eternal punishment for your soul. To the strangers, the sincere strangers seeking to serve the God, the true black God of the universe, you must learn under the tutelage of his people, and that's pursuant to Psalm 147, verse 19 and 20, and John chapter 4, verse 22 to verse 24. You got to leave these churches and come learn under the tutelage of the Most High's people. And to the oppressor, the so-called Caucasian, the Most High has reserved for you death and destruction, and you shall surely have it at his hand. All right, so I'm going to turn off the stream, and we will pray out and blow the trumpet and enjoy the rest of the Shabbat. 1 second.